We move on to the main event. A great fight, a fight that really, when you think about where these two came from, call it the Battle of Crystal Palace, the Battle of Croydon, the Battle of Britain, whatever you want to call it, these are the kind of fights that should be made all the time. Two guys that are on the verge of challenging for the world light heavyweight title. Of course, this fight, an official eliminator with the WBA. Joshua Buatsi, who's been virtually faultless as a professional so far, undefeated, big credibility behind him from an outstanding amateur career as well. Craig Richards, who's really been up, been down, taken last-minute opportunities, been thrown in against Dimitri Bivol, but has come through time and time again, continuously improved. Both step up for what many feel in boxing to be a 50-50 fight within the sport. Both guys feel differently about that, and last time we had a press conference, it was quite well-natured, and then I see you guys do a head-to-head, which was fantastic viewing and just showed what this fight means to you both and the opportunity that presents itself this weekend. Craig, I'll start with you. The confidence that I've seen from you over the last year, probably off the back of the Dimitri Bivol fight as well, put you in a position to really believe that you can win this fight at the weekend. You know, head-to-heads aside, inside you believe you'll be victorious at the O2 this weekend?
Yeah, 100%, Eddie. I do believe that I'll be victorious, otherwise I wouldn't be here today. I believe all the fights that I've taken puts me in good stead, and I'm learning all the time when I'm in the gym, practicing, learning week in and week out, and improving. And these are the opportunities now where I get to show what I've been learning in the gym and how good I am.
I don't think anyone's stock rose more than Dimitri Bivol's outside of yourself a couple of weeks ago when he beat Canelo Alvarez. And some will say, oh, it wasn't the best Dimitri Bivol that night. Some will say it was a very good Craig Richards as well. But whatever they want to say, the fact is you had a very close fight with Dimitri Bivol that night. And that must give you confidence as well, to know that, you know, you've mixed it with the very best in the division. And you are ready. You know, you are ready, and you are one of them as well.
Yeah, 100%. The most disappointing thing about that fight for me is that I didn't actually get to go through all my gears, and I maybe judged a few rounds a bit wrong. So to come up a round short was a little bit disappointing for me, because I had more to show and more to bring. To come out of a 12-round fight now and you've got another probably 4 or 5 rounds in you is a bit disappointing when you come up on the wrong end of the decision, or the short end of the decision. So now it's just pressing on from there. I've had a good fight come back with Mateo, another tough guy. Got the stoppage, first guy to ever stop him, and I'm pushing on now, and I've learned since then, and now I want to go and show what I'm really about May 21st.
The head-to-head was a little bit out of character for you. You're a very nice individual. You're known as a lovely guy in the sport, but you wanted to get your point across in that head-to-head. Was that mind games, or was that just speaking your mind about the career of Joshua Buatsi? We know that, you know, he earned the opportunity to have a big promotional deal because he was an outstanding amateur as well, but you wanted to make it clear that you've taken a very different route than him to be here today. Well,
I wouldn't say it's out of character. I just think I'm one of them characters. I just say what I want to say when if I feel something, I say it. I don't necessarily I wasn't disrespectful about it. I wasn't being rude. I didn't jump up and throw a table at him. I just said my opinion, and that's what I'm like. I don't pretend to say something when I want to say something else. It's that's how I felt at the time. I voiced my opinion. As I said at the time, it wasn't disrespectful in any way of what his amateur pedigree, what he achieved. It was just basically, I just put my opinion across about what I thought about now and my experiences now.
You say that there's two sides to Joshua Buatsi. There's a very respectful, humble guy, and then there's the guy that flicks the switch when he makes that walk to the ring. Looks like you flicked that switch before the ring walk as well. But although you guys aren't friends, I know you respect each other, but you do know each other, you've been around each other as well, and you really feel that you've got his number this weekend.
Yeah, it's not personal to Josh. I just believe that I'm the best in the division. I'm very good at adapting to fighters. I've got a very good IQ, and I've got a lot of ability. It just depends on what I want to bring and what I want to take out the toolbox that night. And I believe I've got the tools to get the job done for Saturday night. It's not personal to him. It's just that I believe in myself, and I've got the ability to beat anyone, I believe.
And finally, having watched you on the pads yesterday and obviously hearing Peter Sims as well, one thing you do look to be doing is punching very, very hard. Really grown into this 175-pound division at the moment. You look like you're punching harder than you've ever done, and I guess you feel that within yourself as well.
Yeah, 100%. Camp's gone well, doing PBs, my strength's up, my runs are up, everything's up. I'm growing into the weight over time. I'm developing as a fighter, and I think these are the sort of things that kind of get underestimated about me a little bit, maybe my punch power and a lot of my assets, but it's okay because I get to show them every fight night and keep letting the doubters, proving the doubters wrong.
Thank you, Craig. Josh, I love the head-to-head. You know, I mean,
I know
sometimes
you did,
we don't really see that from you until you make that ring walk, because you are very quiet, very humble, very respectful, and then when you make that ring walk, you know, me personally, I don't really want to go anywhere near you because you don't look like the kind of guy that wants to have a conversation. But it was an interesting head-to-head. You know, like Craig said, it wasn't throwing tables around, but you know, it was a discussion that seemed to fire you up for this fight. I know you talk about, you know, you've got enough motivation, but this isn't a personal fight, but I guess you got some people to prove a few things to as well, and you must have gone back to America with a spring in the step for training camp.
I think there's always people to prove wrong, Eddie, and in the face-off thing, mainly, Spider's point is you don't say what you want to say, your career has been paved out a certain way, all of that jazz, but we're, 2-3 days away, so the talking is done. We're going to find out on Saturday. Not much to say, but yeah, the switch hasn't flicked yet. I don't think it personally flicked in that face-off, but we're 2-3 days away and the switch will definitely flip.
I'll ask you a serious question that I'd like you to be honest about, which is, did that in any way change the feeling about how you want to win this fight? And is there extra bad intentions from Joshua Buatsi going into Saturday? Honestly. No,
the struggle during camp, that's given me that I've got that in me that I'm like, yep, I know how I want to perform on Saturday, and it's time to show it, because camp was very hard and someone's got to pay that price. I paid a price, but someone else got to pay it now.
I think a lot of the stuff that, not just what Craig said, but you know, you're not overly outspoken as an individual. You do keep yourself to yourself. You said in that head-to-head, I'm not interested in the limelight, if you like, and you've showed that by taking yourself out of the country, you know, away to America, away from your friends and family as well. But you feel like those sacrifices have improved you as a fighter and put you in great stead going into what is unquestionably the biggest fight of your career on Saturday.
Yeah, absolutely, Eddie. If my camp were to be based in Brazil, I'd be in Brazil for 5 months of the year, easily. The way the life is now, I go anywhere I need to go and anywhere I need to be to improve. It happened to be the States, it happened to be in Cali, and that's where I'm based at. We have one career, so I put everything into it. Wherever I have to be, that's where I'll be. My family, my friends, they understand when it's all over, we can party, we can celebrate. But till now, Saturday's what's next.
Craig said that your ego will be your downfield. Do you believe you are a level above Craig Richards, and you'll prove that?
Firstly, Eddie, every boxer's got an ego. Everyone on this table's got pride. No one on this table sitting here wants to lose. Even everyone here watching here, no one wants to lose. Who here wants to go into a fight and lose? No hands. See what I'm saying? Everyone's got an ego. What about you? Do you want to lose to Jake Paul?
No, I've got a massive ego though.
See what I'm saying? Yeah. We've all got an ego. So when he says that, I'm like, bro, we fight, we enter the ring, people are watching. We want to win. No one wants to lose. So yeah, we got an ego, man. Like, everyone's got an ego.
And finally, I want to ask both of you, I know it's the traditional any way possible, but how does Joshua Buatsi win this weekend?
I win by being myself. You can look at the stats and say, oh, this is how he usually wins. This is the style of fighting he's going to bring, but I'm going to bring it, and that's how I fight. That's what it is. I'm in there to win it. There's no other way.
You want to take him out inside the distance?
If I can, I will, absolutely.
Craig, punching hard. I know the win is the win, but do you believe you have the tools to take Joshua Buatsi out inside 12 rounds?
Yeah, of course I have the tools. We'll see if it happens on Saturday night.
Well, thank you.